I'm about to bite my fingers.
I'm gonna bite your fingers too.
I need some eye drops.
What's so awesome about it is because of the quality of ingredients. You actually can taste the joy.
Look, I'm looking at her attire. Yeah, I said on the look at her.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's about that time for us to do some kind of work in here. It's just me.
Kind of there.
Yeah, something it's kind of dark. You know, sun out now, you know, so maybe I'll tint it up a little or something. Anyway, y'all ready for this?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Good. Let's get that round of applause. I just wants to get in. I'm gonna take off first. I'm gonna be the first pilot. And after that, we're gonna let the man, the star of the show. Y'all know Williams the star of the show.
Yeah, all
I'm telling
right.
you, it's about anybody can go create something. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like you may have an engineer that may create a race car, but that race car means nothing without that driver who keeps getting those first place. Welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome. We appreciate you joining us. We got to see right here in the front for you. We saved it for you. But if you get what I'm saying, is that you can create a big ship, but if you don't have the guy that's piloting the ship, the ones that get on there and make it work to make it the value that it is, you can have a great NFL franchise, but if you don't have that Aaron Rodgers on your team, then y'all just a team that ain't nobody caring about. You get my point? So that's why I just say, you know, in reality, when you have someone who's as you hear his testimony, I hear his testimony. He came to a meeting, got the information, signed up, he acted on the information. You get that? Now, once you take that to a biblical sense, you can't just put it off on God and say, well, you know, William already this, William already that. The Word of God said he is no respecter of persons. So therefore, the laws of reciprocity must be real.
Mhm. That's right.
So when you set up and say, okay, these laws are real, and what you set out into the universe, and you tell, hey, Heavenly Father, this is what we want, and boom, it starts happening. It's funny how people say that's one of those get rich quick things, and those same people never get rich.
Yeah.
See, what they're really doing is it's no such thing really as a get rich quick, because that's going to lead you to 25 to life. But it is a get rich over time.
Right.
The key is over time. Those who will put the time in will get ahead. Those who will not put the time in will not get ahead. It's a law. You get that? So I remember we had a training in William did, and you showed the seed growing. Like how it got in the ground, germinated, the whole nine came out, little thing, and how it fought its way up through the dirt. You know, you got to think about that. It's a little seed, it's packed down in the dirt, but that little bitty seed has enough strength to fight through dirt.
That's right.
You know, so if you really think deep about that, it's like, man, it fought through the dirt. Then, boop, comes out. While that's happening, roots start to stabilize it and build a solid foundation. So we must be mindful of this. So then when you get out there and you're talking to people, because that's what's going to get you ahead in this business. You have to talk to people. If you go around being a secret agent, then your check's going to look like a secret agent. You know, I have a firm belief that it is impossible to go a 30-day period without bringing a person into business. Whenever you see that, that means, oh, you didn't speak to somebody. You know, you have to look and say, how many didn't show up? You get that? That's what it's about. Sometimes we look at the ones that didn't show up, and it's like, hey, that's a part of the game. You know, so it's like, okay, but that one did. And then you go that route. You get where I'm going? So let's get into it, as we have to really get into it today. It's all about the system. the system. More millionaires are created in the direct sales industry than any other industry. The reason that is because of the system. Do y'all get this? So I want us to really get this concept that we even saw last Tuesday night, another company have a room full of packed people. Then I walked around the corner, there was another company with a room full of packed people. It's the system. Everybody had a different product. I just believe that we got the most common sense product, food. Right? Whether it's invite people over to their home or do something else, that is always a part of that. So we have to be mindful. So now, as I'm going to say this because I want you realize, and I wrote this a while ago, we're all business owners, right? If you really grasp the concept that you're a business owner, now I want you to think about your business owner, and you think about your day job. For anybody that's ever had a job, could you actually walk into your job consecutively late?
No.
Is that you might have a cool relationship, but after so long, they're gonna be like, hey, you know, we're paying you and you show up late. Here's the thing. I was teaching last week, if they don't have a job, don't bring them in here. It's not to say we're not going to help a person without a job. I just firmly believe it's possible to go too long without a job.
That's right.
Now keep in mind, I worked at Taco Bell. You get that? That means I didn't have pride. Right now, don't nobody break me down where I'm going to be like, if stuff got that hard, you're like, did Paul Jones just make that taco and I'll make it with a smile? Because you better believe it, I'm making it because I got a plan. See, everything I do will be to bring a seed. You get what I'm saying? Because I always got a bigger picture. Others are too busy already wanting to live in the bigger picture. And that's why they never get the bigger picture. Now, that was good if you was listening to that. So many people miss out because they front. So many people miss out because they won't pay the little fee. They won't do the necessaries in the little. And it's all biblical so they can get much.
Right.
So that's why I say it's like you have to think like a business owner. So like for me, example, I got up early, I couldn't wait to train. Period. I couldn't wait. We got here, I said, signs out over there. Go get it just so I wasn't on him. I did all of it and still had time to sit back and get a good prayer in with Brother Locke and walk up here on time. Do y'all get that? When we saying, my mind's on my money's on mine. When we get that really in there, you look at things and you look at people, you're like, hold on. No, this is, I don't care what you said because everything comes from the source, right? Everything is a source. Something feeds something. Do y'all get this? So when you're birthed, something fed the woman so that the woman and the man got together and boom, something fed something. Something was received. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Now, when that comes to life, that baby is hooked up to a feed, a source. You get this? So once you cut that source off, then now you have to teach intelligence. You have to speak intelligent. So if you go to someone and they have not been taught intelligent, therefore they won't speak intelligent. When they speak to you about anything you talk to them about, they will sound unintelligent. We have to be mindful of this so that you're listening to people. I tell my little guy, 3 things you got to do all your life. Listen, never tell a lie, and play hard. Also saying is listen and pay attention to everything going around you. Never tell a lie. You need to or change. Once you thing we do is get a word, right? So we sit back and say, well, how did God speak to you? How did you know? How did you know? It's like that word came in, that action happened. Listen, never tell a lie, and then play hard. Whatever you do, give it your all. Don't just get in something like Body Worth and GMT Net Worth, the My Financial Worth, Incredible Service, and be like, well, I'll take some time and do it and see if it works. If I had the time, we could spend here all day and we just analyze major business CEOs who took companies from nothing to be major. You will hear about all the terms, the troubles, the tribulations, how hard it was. So then when you get in here and you say, man, let me write our system up here real quick so don't nobody mess it up. The system is you. You are always a part of the system. You're the source right now, right? So you know that you are going to make an order. I'm going to write eat. You eat. You get this? All we're doing, this is how crazy this is to me. People look at that like, oh, one of them. And I'm like, whoa, deep game. You have to say, good job. Blessing. They write you up and do something.
Right.
What they do is they build information on you. So that way when they let you go, they document history of the person's behavior. You get this? So likewise, I'm about to get that turtle mocha coffee this shit too. Likewise, if they're documenting a person's behavior, you also have to do that. They're only documenting that behavior so that they can free up those funds to bring someone in better qualified. You get that? Because everything is resulting to the end vision. Every board, every company has an executive board, and their job is to carry out the vision of where the company should be. So you'll get the peanut gallery that will come in like, well, I think they should do this, and I think they should do that. They don't realize that millions have already been spent to get the company to that point. And those executives have already written a plan to say, all we need you to do is play your part in this system. And if you play your part in the system, then you will receive, and everything else in the system works. But if they don't play their part, what do executives do? They must get this is all I got person A, person B, and person C. They're going to do exactly what I did. So when people say, well, this is, I mean, I'm floored. I'm like, as a trainer, I gotta make it clear. So, when can we make it any clearer than that? You people. Right? So that's why you see a lot of motivation. That's why you see a lot of inspiration. That's why we're in this people business and pay attention to people's behavior. That's why you have to watch on a Tuesday night who's strolling in late like they don't care. Instead of coming in saying, you look at a thoroughbred is going to the show. This stuff's in there. Like, oh, you're like, man, Make everybody else step back. Like, look at that horse right there. That's a stallion. That's what the men gotta look like stallions. Women gotta look like losers. Right? We gotta step in where other people move out of the way and say, look at them. They have to say, who are they? And when people look and kiss, they want to join. But it is your posture system is what will get me. Three. That? That person goes a 7-day period, and then not too much happens because we're going to have this happen, we're going to have that happen, this going to go on, that's going to go on. In other words, life's going to happen. You business owners, in my book, you have to audit your schedule. You have to now mentally, we got time now, I'm going to keep going so we can do this in proper timing. You have to audit your schedule last week. And then you adjust that schedule. And then you tell people, hey, we on a plan. You got 1 week. The next week, I have to go back. Why? Because they're letting you know that you could talk to them, to their blue in the face, but they will sit in misery and pain anyway. Well, I've heard William say, so you got to resonate with it because I get it. His daughter's getting ready to go to college next year. Next year, not this year. Now, it's not somebody's schedule. Some people hear that, and let me tell you the difference between the mindsets. I ain't care about his kid going to college. Oh, you don't get that he ain't wait to the last minute to plan. I noticed that the man is not waiting to the last minute, so I get phone calls right now. Literally, I had to sit back, go to my wife, and say, hey, look, can you? My wife got to get up. Last week, something on a property thing, and then the dude flipped the script, and he's like, pay attention. And it's like, man, you want to be up there anyway. I'm like, it's all good. Sit back and relax. But what it really does is it makes you sharpen yourself. Do y'all get this? If you want to live sharp, you first have to sharpen you. You can't go trying to sharpen somebody else and telling them about themselves. That's your biggest mistake. Well, let me tell you about you. Like, stop, you're wasting your time. When people try to tell you about themselves, you just got to look at them like, now that you did that, all you did is drew a wedge in the relationship, and I'm still going to keep on going. You get that? So you're going to have free consultants. That's what I call them. You'll always have free consultants. Never get offended by them. You'll be disappointed by them, but you won't be offended by them. Y'all get that? Because all you're doing is you're taking that information to sharpen you. So, what would you do for $1 million? We know it's cast sitting 25 to life. Right or wrong? People are in jail for less.
Yeah, not less. A lot less.
More what? Y'all read this with me. 1, 2, 3.
More.
And it's because $1 million. If I'm being a direct sales, well, I guarantee this: if more millionaires would become millionaires in the direct sales industry, with more people eat than anybody else in anything. Period. Put the two together, millionaires. So we have to have that. You got a schedule. You got to look at your schedule for this Tuesday, 29th or 30th, whatever it is. You got to say, you know what? The goal is to get the biggest meeting in the country on everything. How can I do my part to make sure that this meeting is incredible? You know why? Because when the guests come, I'm going to tell you this. When you have more guests in the room than reps,
Mhm.
Then you got people sitting in the front looking at you like the whole time. So then I got to look at them and play with them like, we gonna be in front. I'm a professional, smart aleck. I'll be asking God to hold me back because I be wanting to rip people into sometimes. Anyway, did this resonate yet?
Yes.
Good. Meeting etiquette. Don't come on time, come early. That will always be the dead giveaway to a millionaire. Each see that? Story of the 11th hour. What happened? I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, I'm gonna give each one of you a denarius if you can go work in the vineyard. So we all heard the story. Like, man, it happened right in the 11th hour. But I want you to think, we're business owners, right?
Right.
Okay, so a business owner always sees the other side. They don't just see this like, well, man, that one guy only worked 1 hour. And he got the same as the guy that worked 10. The business owner sees another side. Y'all get that?
Mm-hmm.
So, if they said in the 11th hour he came, how many hours was that workday in? 12. 12 hours. The business owner had no one in the vineyard the first hour. So he went out before the first hour and recruited. Got people and said, hey, and he negotiated, I'll pay you denarius, I'll pay you $1, I'll pay you $1, I'll pay you denarius, go. And they said, okay. He has the system working. People are in the vineyard. But if you are business minded and you want to mentor success, in the 11th hour, and boom, the 12th hour. Everybody else is done working. But what is the business owner doing? He's still working because now he has to hand out the checks. You see that? His day was 14 hours minimum, where everybody else did 12. If you are a business owner, you cannot have a 9 to 5 mentality. I can tell you in advance, you won't make it here. You will have some days as a business owner when nobody is hearing you. You can't take that as a sign from God that it's not working. Let me tell you signs from, if that was the case, I wouldn't be here. I'm out. I ain't made no money yet. I'm trying to buy my house too. Y'all heard the story. I'm passing flyers out. This cop, his name is Tony. It was South Beach downtown, remember back then. I'm outside doing my thing. I'm hustling. Hey, brother, make some money, give me a call. Make some money, give me a call. This 1 o'clock in the morning, I would set my alarm clock at 12. Let me get you to understand something. I still went to work. I would set my alarm clock up for 8 o'clock. You know. So from there, they're like, oh. Some flyers. And this cop comes up to me. Now, there's nothing wrong with flyers. He said, if I see one of these on the floor, I'll be delivering to you. And I said, I'll pick it up. I do all the time. You know? You know, within 5 minutes later, he came up with a flyer that was on the ground and a $250 ticket. That was like half what I was going to make for the week. You get this? In the process of trying to make some money, I got hit. I mean, my girl, you know, I ain't have a car. Just tell the truth. She had Miss Nancy on the place, and they knew it with my car. Like little deal store, don't you say?
Yeah.
I didn't have a car. He's proof. He was 15, 16 working with us. I didn't have a car, have her name on the place, but she had a little covering on her license plates. Now, she's a senior in college now. You get this? Senior in college. She's had that car since she was 17. She has never been pulled over in it. I get pulled over in it. They want to give me a ticket for the license plate. I didn't even know something. Y'all may get the next week of getting it. Yeah, you shall up and make your mind up that you want something. I promise you, all hell will break out against you. You either receive hell as your reason not to do anything, or you rebuke hell and condemn it right back to where it's supposed to be, and you say, I'm above this, this too shall pass. So I went out and I did it. We're going, everything's working, I buy the house. 6 months later, some brothers called me. Hey, we got a big old group in South Carolina, Paulie. Man, if we get the meeting set up and all that, will you come? I said, here's my room. Y'all pick me up. I'm going to have my pillow and blanket. I'm going to lay in, I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to chill, listen to my headphones. When I get there, I'll speak to whoever about the business. So they're supposed to be in my house 8 o'clock that morning. They ain't there at 8 o'clock. But we get a phone call. Hey, Brother Paulie, man, we have a problem renting the car. I'm like, okay. Well, when y'all get a situation, it was so bad. Man, I'm looking at her. She's looking at me, and I'm like, they doing all this. It's gonna be like 200 people. I'm like 200 people. I started adding up. 200 people. Person. I'm like, he's like, you gonna make these songs? I'm like, all right. Sure enough, we get down there, South Carolina. It's a party, all right. Oh, when y'all brothers want to show the business, it's the dude's family reunion in the basement of their house. And they want me to show the plan while they getting tipsy. I show the plan, wasn't nobody paying attention. I'm hotter than because I'm away from my other group that's working. But no, on the way home, the dude drives and turns in front of someone and causes an accident. Boom, we get hit. Who rented the car? Do you know that all of them sued me? And I never got behind the wheel of the car. He got money, he got to understand, and my back and my neck, I'll put George Che out there, I don't care. I told him, I said, brother, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that, George. Getting fired from the fire department job. I'm saying to y'all, they still could have put me out of the business. Because it's like, is it worth it? My wife's even looking like, what? We're getting sued. It's like, but they said, but they. So now that's why I look at people and say, hey, do this, this, and this. And then when they don't do it, I'm like, hey, that's on you. Oh, what the this? No. It's your business. If you want it, you get it. You ain't hustling me. You get that? So that's why I teach you guys from the angle of the way I teach you, because I've done it. The minute someone thinks you have $1 more than them, they don't know that you got bills. And trust me, on my level of living, I'm in a whole different tax bracket. You get that? Dress to impress, dress for success. You gotta have that this is our meeting, that pride. You get that? See, if you see me in the back of the room on Tuesdays, I'll be in the back. This is like my baby. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, now they respecting the baby. I'm like, who brought these fools in here? I'm like, that don't even look like they gonna buy a muffin. Let alone a nice quality. Get his more than invite guests and pick them up. You know, my guest was running behind. That's why. No, you leave that guest.
Mm-hmm.
You leave that girl right there. You tell them, look, I'm gonna pick you up at 6:15. This way, it takes us 30 minutes. I'll get there at 6:45. When it gets to 6:20, now I'm gonna get there at 6:50. But that's as late as I'm coming. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay in control and stay in your posturing position. The minute I got a dog, man. Who else got a dog? Your dog controls you.
Mm-hmm.
My dog controls me, and I'm sorry. My dog will go by that door and look at me. And if I don't let that dog out, I got a consequence. Your dog controls you too. All right? I have to let that dog out, or I got a consequence. At 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm sleeping good. That dog controlled my sleep. A rabbit or something went through the yard this morning. I got a Doberman German Shepherd mix. I don't have no puppy. So when she barks, it's like, I don't know if y'all seen like one of them cars. It'd be like that. No, I can't stand it. I treat her with respect. But I have when they can sit up and hold you when you told them what time to be somewhere. The dog can move out there. Don't get dog out in your business. You stay in control of your schedule, stay in control of the timing, because you are a teammate of a bigger team. You get this? Each and every one of us are teammates. So I don't know about y'all, but I gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. I was heated when I saw that other meeting had all them people and we couldn't even walk through. I was like, what? And then I got other signs, and I even left my signs because I was bringing the food. So I took the signs out my car, and I put all the food in. Then I drove off and forgot the signs. And I get there, and they got signs all over, and I'm like, see, they're gonna think next week I was copying them, but I was actually going. Then when just a few people sprinkled in, I was like, see, if I was a fight man, I'd start fighting right now. You know, because you believe. You get that? Invite guests, pick them up. Set the expectation for them. That's how you stay in control. Let them know, hey, I want you to come to something. That's all. They like. It's like, no, have you seen all these? Have you seen the Doreen Clark show? Have you seen the Pastor Anthony Chan show? Have you saw the Bishop David show? You can go down the line. You be like, wow, yeah, I'm taking you to see these cats. These folks are authors of books. These guys are millionaires. They own islands. We sit around people on islands and like, oh yeah, you own an island. You don't know anybody else on an island. You're fronting. You don't know Jay-Z, but William, right? Don't talk to you guys from the presentation. All right. Never be negative. Think before you talk. Let me set the rules. Don't ever, leaders. That's why we say reps only on trainings. I know we usually bring everybody and somebody asks a question. I'm like, you're not a rep. And we didn't even show the plan, so you have no clue what I'm talking about. You cannot nor are you allowed to discuss any, if something happened or my meat didn't come when I thought, or this happened or that happened. I'm having a problem getting my 3 people in a so easy. He understands the word, just like this other end. Wait for the big door to open. It ain't gonna be no big doors open. It's gonna be a little one. But you gotta realize that your adversary is listening to the little one. So if you or the person you with slips up and says, man, I'm just having a problem getting reps, then this person who's new thinking about getting off of $150 plus, you know, with pre-launch being over with, it's 150 plus order your food. So that's 150 plus. So that means it's 225 to 250. Reason why now I really ain't gonna have a problem with that at all, because I know them other people had 118 people, and those people got paid 500. I went around the other corner. The people at that meeting paid 800 to 1,200. They all had more people than us. So I had a good conversation with Jay Lee the other day. I said, you know what? It ain't about a different ethnic group. It's about the quality of the people you speak to, because I'm a proud, good-looking African-American man. You understand me? He's a proud, good-looking African-American man. She's a proud, good-looking African-American woman. She's a bad. He's a. I will put you like that. I'm like, sure. Shut up, say, trying to show me. I know I got a little jiggle. I got a little jiggle, but I'm going downstairs. Just gotta keep y'all out. He's good looking, proud. You get that? You gonna get people like that. You get that? I want people where I look at and say, hey, welcome, sister, welcome, brother. It don't matter what the background is. You get my point? Mm-hmm. It's you're somewhat intelligent, you're somewhat educated. It ain't mean you all educated, it ain't mean you all intelligent. You're just somewhat. Can y'all roll with me on that? Yeah. That's where they go. Go get them. Learn to speak to people and direct them in your conversation. It's about, you heard it said all systems are go. It's a cliche word. Everything is ready. I originally said we're preparing to launch a rocket. The rocket is ready to blast off. All systems are go. It's all systems go. Everything is ready for something to begin. The system is in place. You get this? So if all systems are go, what we can just home and right. So you wouldn't give credibility to something from someone, although we're the only ones in our neighborhood look like us. We're not better than them either. I don't want to get no mindset. Ain't nothing worse than a bougie black person. A real, I ain't talking about some people call you bougie just because you got more money. Mm-hmm. They, you know, I'm talking about some of those just straight up like, oh my gosh, where did they come from? I'm like, they're your cousins, you know. It's like you're hiding. You know what? You got to realize that it's up to us to go make this thing be what it's supposed to be. If we don't do it, then we the ones with the problem. So when we say all systems are gone, that's what it means. So worth you can order your food today, because all systems are gone. Now here's where I'm living. That's where I get out. Yes. Now my computer system don't crash. I'll be like, I thought they would want to order food. Well, I'm gonna order next week. Order today. we are to do something like that, the system you'll go in order to hold our their card, unfortunately, and we try to check it. Have them, if it says error, email corporate at jmgnetworth.com. Y'all got that? So that like, because I know it's gonna be people who ain't here that you gonna call and do whatever, but if they didn't go through the whole process, remember we did that test, and that's why we said $5 business cards. So if they never really touch their own system, then that system's sitting there, but the system is like, well, we're gonna charge anybody, but we don't even know if it's real and who to ship it to. You get that? So I'm told that an error pops up, because that error message, if you look before you fix yours, it said error and it didn't. So that's where you want to just, properly educate your people. So don't sit back and be like, I'm gonna wait till next week. Everybody said they got people that's in line waiting, going to get it in. Now, it's all about the system. Besides having the food to order today, now we have a system of this right here. Everything in the world we want to do or get done, we must do with the people. I'm seeing quality out at the Million Man March. I'll tell you what, it was the first time in my life that I seen people of a culture be proud and happy and respect each other. When it's something special. I mean, I'm standing there with Too Short, and Too Short wouldn't calling no woman out her name. I'm like, wow, this is Too Short. Chuck D is right here, Too Short. Public Enemy, the whole crew, and then you gotta understand back then I love them guys. So I'm like, you saw Public Enemy come through, and I'm like, they just stroll through, just walking, and everybody's like, peace God, peace brother, and I'm just like, this is marvelous. This is incredible. You get that? And I'm like, man, you get people back, and then they go to their normal thing, and they're like, what y'all forgot? Wow. So I'm saying, let's not leave a Saturday training. I really left last Saturday training feeling good. And when I got to Tuesday night, I was like, Lord, did I miss something? But I'm telling you now, when you leave these doors, you're going to get attacked. That's a guarantee. Now, sometimes it's a mental attack. Williams, that, and I faith. He came out like, only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. Bertrand Russell. You need 3 people who just ain't be like, yeah, I'm gonna get my 3 win. Yeah, I get them this week. Well, you are just saying that the 3 you don't have a schedule, because you could probably get me involved in something, but you gotta put me on the schedule so I can put you on my schedule, right?
Right.
So Sunday night, this is gonna be a call. It's the same call. It'll be Mario, it'll be Amanda, it'll be William. The call is awesome to me. It's got professionalism, it's got great information, it's got proof of success. If a person says, I had a person too, I said, on the call Sunday, oh, I walk in the door and this and that. I said, well, you couldn't come Tuesday night. You come Tuesday night, you couldn't come Thursday. So then I said, good luck. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, good luck with luck, because I'm done. It's like, why? You know you're chasing people. You get to be competitive. I'm looking at both. I'll go on. $1 million this year. So therefore, you know what all I'm doing? Now I'm focusing in, I'm keying in on it more. I have less tolerance for other conversations. I'm like, no, this is what we're doing. It's like, we're going to hit this. And then I just said, that means somebody at least has to make $1 million. It's just the way the plan is written. Actually, more than that. The sales goal is to $5 million, not the company. And that means you know how much a rep is actually making. So all you do is 3 people per week. I just want y'all to get this, because then you may call your people. You may speak to them and say, look, man, this ain't no scam, this ain't no nothing. Especially, you got to speak to people with intelligence now. Remember this. You know, you have to study how you speak with intelligence is by studying the information. That's why those who are saying, oh yeah, I'm doing this business, I'm doing the business, then they don't show up to training. I'm like, I've never seen that before. I have guys, I had lunch with a gentleman yesterday, you know, who I work with, and is still doing great in life. He pulled up in the drop top SL phone, you know. And I'm like, he's like, for me, he said, man, don't do it. Get higher, bigger success, I'm calling you. And you're going to see one of my work things. So I want them to, you get it?
Right.
I want you to succeed. So then you can go back. So when all the GMG Network reps, I'm like, well, this guy listened to me when he was 18. You know, 14 years later, boom, look at him. So we have to be mindful. 3 people.
3 people.
3 people.
3 people.
At least one body worth customer yourself. I'm going to say it's a top sirloin, just if they want to take the route of lease. It's like, okay, you go spend with shipping and handling about $80, $85. Got that?
Mm-hmm.
So you got 3 people to spend $85. Who then go get 3 people and they spend the same. When they do that, they're going to have 9. That's it. 2 levels. You are responsible for 2 levels. Overachievers who end up being underachievers. Well, I'm going to get all of those people. You just need to focus on those 3. Anything, want to know if you're really working in business or not? The minute you focus on anything outside to get you 3 people, business. You really there's no growth going. You get that? You get the information you need so that you can go spew that information out to other people. So we can't sit back and say people don't want. I heard a person say that, man, people just don't want to do stuff like this. But yet I gotta say, excuse me, at the hotel meeting. I'm like, oh, I heard a person tell me earlier that day that people don't want to do stuff like this. But I'm saying, excuse me, because that many people are going to another meeting. One of them came in our meeting. It's like, oh, I'm in the wrong room, sorry, room. And I'm like, only thing I saw was like, who didn't recruit him? Who didn't take their own personal life serious to take his life serious? You get that? When you take your life serious, when you speak to someone else, they don't even know how serious you are. When you take this business serious and you go touch someone else, they won't even know how serious you are. It's like, some will look at it as like, oh man, you making money off me? It's like, I'm about to make you rich. Period. But that's the business. You have to commit to those people. Now, remember I said, you ain't got so I mean, for resilience, now it's about 100. You get that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 2 levels. Get that? 1, 2, 1, 2. You see, do y'all get the concept here?
Yeah.
I don't want you to. I'm gonna go over the same thing. I don't want anyone to miss it. 2 levels, 2 levels, 2 levels. That's all you're doing. You're working on them, and then you're getting them to focus on the same concept. And if everybody focuses on what they need to be doing, they won't be worrying about what somebody else is doing. The minute you have the time to focus on somebody else, it's only because you're not doing what you're supposed to do anyway. So, you build a system. This is level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2, level 1. That's all it is. You're building it. We started last Saturday, April 20th. Today, 1 week later, April 27th. This is about the system. Remember? It doesn't matter, although we will always have high quality, integrity-based products. If you put the system in place, you can put anything down through that system. So now, focus on 2, right? Please don't say this out loud, but think about how much you make a year. Think about how much the average person makes a year. That means if you fail 50%, you're still over the average person. But let's keep moving forward. Some of you today will order more than 1 box of steak. In the future, I said last week, locally, a lot of the food locally here in the Twin Cities, we'll figure out, we'll do pickup times, we'll figure it out, but a lot of the other foods like those muffins, those fried macaroni and cheese balls, the baby back ribs, you know, I had to test everything before I put it out there. So my diet is all shot, but I'm enjoying myself. Them St. Louis style spare ribs, fried chicken. You like fried chicken? French fries, the same ones that go to a restaurant, French fries. All of that.
Get my freezer ready.
Yes, please. So locally here, come June, we can do whatever we want to do. We just have to. That thing, it'd be, I don't care if I got up to the house. Just what we want. You get what I'm saying? It's funny how people had to fly from Illinois to allow the company right around here to services. You see how this works? So it don't matter who your neighbor is. It's a king somewhere else that will fly in on a private jet. They'll sit down and look you in the eye and says, okay, you know what they really said? We believe you. I take that real. It's not that they didn't deal with me. It's they said, we believe you. Now that they've given me that, that's why even my wife will tell you, I'm body worth crazy right now. But it's because a $20 billion CEO or vice president believed me. Believed that we could be the nation's largest network. And then was like, hey, we want to go to Canada and the world. Then say, well, great, we want to help you do that too. Because we can open even them up to other markets. So that's where a lot of times people sit back. You got to understand where I'm at. And they offer their opinion. I'm like, man, my that would have I said, these two did all this eating and you know, we took William to a nice meeting they had at it's the most expensive country club in the Twin Cities is in Edina. It's called Interlaken. Carl Pohlad, the owner of the Twins, all of them live over there. It's like 150,000 a year to be member. That's where they had their gala. You know, that's what they call them, galas. Shoot, me and Brother Lockett was up in there like, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? And they were like, oh, you're the Body Worth guys. They weren't looking at our color. They weren't looking at that. They were pleased. When we left there, what I got out of it is they believe in us more than I think some of the people we have in the business. Would you say that?
Oh yeah, they was very excited.
I was like,
They
man.
used everybody.
Yeah, they took us around any heavy hitter or important person in that corporation. They made sure we spoke to and shook our hands. And they all said, oh, we've heard about you guys. And I was like, oh gosh. You have? Okay.
Oh,
Get your 3 people gone. You get this? I mean, you go you can go get sometimes you got to get out of your own way to do it. Let me hear that. 3 customers, 195,000. 4 customers, 260,000 a year. 5 customers, 325,000 a year. But now imagine as this grows and grows, you can't calculate that. And then the one thing, ESDs, one level more, that puts you at $1 million a year. Just residual. Just residual income. Because you're getting 4% unlimited levels for a fully coded person. So you sign up 3 brand new freshies. They're fully coded, ST coded, they're fully coded, EC coded. That's 2% unlimited levels, 2% unlimited levels. And when they get to ESD, you still have a 2% override on that. That's crazy. No company's doing that. So in other words, it's when people say beach money, now I want you to what they do business. Business is people and people a person. Remember I said you have to be sharp in order to bring someone sharp in. Become a magnet to attract the right people you want. So that means your posture, your attitude. For me, I used to, Timberland boots, that was me. I was a B-boy. All I did was went to Goodwill. That's what I say, don't feel ashamed. I went to Goodwill, got me a gray suit, a blue suit. My girl had a little Bach account or whatever. She went over there, got me some shirts, and that was it. I intertwined those shirts. Sometimes I put the blue pants on, the gray jacket. Sometimes the gray pants with the blue jacket, and sometimes I went straight up corporate blue, and sometimes straight up corporate gray. They didn't know. It's like, but I wore the same suit, same 2 suits every day. It didn't matter. And once I started making more money, then I went in, got some more, then I went in and started getting customers. So why do you want leaders only? The leader will create vision for the organization. The leader will create value for the organization. The leader will uplift and edify the organization. A leader will be a team player. You must become a leader that you want to create. Your intelligent comment. So don't let if a person's not around, like why? When you get 3 people on, get them in 3 people. That's it. Just get 3 people. Then you must engage those 3 people with the leaders. Remember I said last week, shift the focus? I knew that the people who knew me personally weren't always going to take me serious. So sometimes there'd be a rep in my organization. I'd be like, hey, talk to this guy. He's a top guy. Because they knew Paulie. It's like, Paulie's a rapper. Paulie's this. He works in the music business. You know what I mean? They knew I didn't know. They know my darkest secrets or whatever. So they ain't trying to pay me no mind. But when I told them about, hey, this is somebody else, they're like, I was saying the exact same thing. But they heard from somebody else. Be okay with that. Because you're there to just build your business, right?
right.
So it's like, I'm going to say the same thing that this person's saying, because we all get the same teaching. It's all a system, no matter what. Any company you work at, the person who operates the best system wins. You must move fast and go through the numbers. Top money understand this. It's a numbers game. Don't said reps, they will become maintenance and will only hold you back. When you have reps, that's a problem. Like, be upset with early, not late. So look at it from that same mindset. You know, be excited to build a team meeting. 5-star quality in the comfort of your home. This also matches the A-listers concept. If we're saying 5-star quality, what should we look like on Tuesday nights? We should look like 5-star. I don't care if you have to wear the same suit, the same dress. Nobody's here to judge. You get that? You know, if that means to make you feel good, I'll put the same blue suit on every week. I don't care. What I do care about is people respect what you have and respect you. Because if they respect you, then they're going to listen to what we got to say. If they don't respect you, pay attention to this. When people really don't respect you, then they'll get up in your meeting and walk out. They'll get up in your meeting and do whatever. It's like, wow, that is just so disrespectful. You get that? It's like, at least do like you're in a little church, like, put the finger up. You know, so you got to go. When that one dude got up and was like, hello? It's like, dude, do this. Hold on. What's up, man? So then I'm looking at him like, you know, I don't know. We can tell, I can tell, Fred can tell, we know pretty much like, they ain't gonna do nothing. But sometimes you get so focused on getting rep that you're not focused on the quality of the person. You want quality. So, quick, set your monthly hourship to maintain your points. So that way it ain't no, oh, I forgot to order. Set it up. Recruit A-grade people. 48-hour plan of action. So when you sign up a person on Tuesday, by Thursday you should be doing a presentation for them. Not next Tuesday. If you first things first plan of action, 48 hours, set those appointments. Sometimes they may be set for next Tuesday. But I really wouldn't put nothing out there for them. You come in Tuesday, I'm trying to Thursday, Saturday after training. You know, Saturday after training, we use today. Cats will be looking at the ball. I was like, our appointment starts. And I kept like going. I knew they weren't leaving to go hang out. They were leaving to go do presentations. Get to the next level of promotion, SD, ESD. Get the average too many people. The music, man, what? Just go ahead and then we result will be high. You know, you look it up and some famous people there, they got to be A-list famous. You know, we know they were hot you know, hot 2 years ago. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, if you have a thing, Genuine is there, you're like, hey, that's still Genuine. That's still Johnny Gill. Right. And I'm like, right, well, I can call the guys on my own cell phone. You know, so I'm like, and Nesby up in there, you like, this party, got the bands. I'm like, what? You know, so there's Slum Village, Dwelle, those are personal friends of mine. They're not like, you know so. I mean, dude, Cassidy, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I was on the phone with the dude yesterday. It's like, those are personal friends. You get, I work for Polygram Records. You get, I own my own record label. These are friends. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to clown this luxury lifestyle trip. That's why I got up there. I'm like, yo, we should be there. Folks parlaying, taking pictures. You know, you got.
Okay, we get it.
Yeah. Business. Big need. You know, it's like, I mean, I call me condition and be like, Rick Stokely, Y'all going to this resort. Come on. You know, you get my point. Ain't nothing you can't do.
I'm best spoken.
You messed up? That's my dude. Those are like personal friends, falling asleep with my house, living in my pool type friends. You know, so I'm like, owe me money type friends. How to order. Schedule auto ships. Log into your back office agent account, click order now. Select your product of choice. That 8-ounce fillet of sirloins. $65. That's 8 of them. You know, we seen it, like Tony won them. Yeah, that's 8 steaks, 8 ounces. Click add to cart. I'm just saying step by step. Then from there, verify your quantity and click checkout. So quantity, you want 1, you want 2. Now shipping changes with that because as of right now, everything comes in the gift box form. You get that? In fact, go ahead. We do not want to drive our people that it comes off of that and going back to them. You know, it's like we eliminate confusion. I'd rather buy it myself. You get my point? We have to do things. Once you understand how big this company is and how much I appreciate the blessing of the door being open to me, then I know we're going to do this. We're going to be grade A. They're going to see greatness. So, ship to address. Use this card. Some of them may be on file. Y'all got that? All right. Review your order. Click proceed. So, you got the 1 8-ounce, 65 plus the shipping, $19.95. Total $84.95. You got that? Now, I want you to realize you got steak that you can go home and eat. There are companies that's got like, you're going to get 4 bottles of juice and you're going to pay $150 plus the shipping. Am I right, Sam? You just some juice. You're like, oh, this is going to be good. I'm like, man, this protein is going to be real nice for you too. But understand, when people say, I don't do steaks, I don't do red meat, I don't do that. Order anyway, give it away, get your money.
Right.
But we will have
Yeah.
real. It's going to be a change of guard. But everything you do, you got some people like, I ain't ordering no food, I don't want to come. Be at the meeting, don't be cowardly. Be at the meeting, get your scratch together. And I'm going to tell y'all something, I don't want to be taken the wrong way. Wednesday is the first of the month. People going to have money. And if they get 3 to go get 3 to go get 3, they're going to have money right back. And the promotion that William said, it ain't got nothing to do with, if people don't see that, then you know what? Some people, as I say, have self-inflicted pain. It's like you know you could do better, and you're talking to people who ain't listening to you. Well, then what do? You don't talk to them no more. You go to somebody who's going to
Next.
Do you wish to make this a monthly auto ship? This right here is important. Every serious rep will have that said. You can go in later and change this for some reason. This is in my site. Thank you, Paul Jones, for ordering. See below for your purchase. Yes, I have monthly auto ships coming to my home. I want them prime ribs. I love prime ribs. That's my best. From there, again, you must, this is for, must click update the monthly. Do that now. What came out of my mouth, like, well, were you listening? You know, then they call the office and say, now tell me how this goes again. And I'll be like, no, we ain't got that kind of time. We need a new rep. We need you and your new people. See, Monday night is designed for leaders to work with their teams. Y'all should be doing presentations because people should have came here from the Sunday night call. Then Monday night, y'all should be on setting up and confirming people to come Tuesday night. You get that?
Right.
Yeah, the system's in place. Order, eat, and enjoy. That's like the big banner that I forgot. I ordered, it won't be there, but this one will be there. But I still went ahead and ordered 2 more.
Oh, I thought that was the whole banner with you in there. Did you stand next?
No, I'm standing next to the banner. No, I'm trying to promote me. End of the day, they're never talking that. No. You crazy. It's like, no, that's the
I
banner.
know.
So I promise you, I'm starting this Tuesday night. So like all the ones like that, we have 5 of those with different pitches. One is like body moves. That other door with body premium foods. I don't care what you're. They get to the room, boom. Like, man. So that's right. So this means we also can be like all papered up in the hotel and only this amount of people. We gotta represent.
You gotta bring.
We gotta come. We gotta bring it.
Yeah.
We have to bring it with so much. Y'all don't understand. I'm gonna be getting off a plane coming here. So it's gonna be non-stop. So it's like I gotta go boom, I gotta get right back here, and I'm telling you, I don't care if I'm jet lagged, I'm be like, yo, I'm ready. So this is it. But this luxury lifestyle thing, I ain't got that sitting up there for nothing. That's for real. We need to start scheduling that stuff now. We need to know how big of a reserve of rooms we can get on a resort. Have you ever been to the Dominican Republic?
Mm-mm.
Man, if we can't go there, then it'll be okay. You know, someplace else. Back, we gotta. But you gotta pack your. Be patient. Like anything, certain stuff happens. Stuff I don't foresee happening may happen. Y'all know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're the first at it. We're gonna take our time. We ain't gonna stress it. Plus, I won't let you stress me anyway. So people be like, "My rep ain't gonna do it because of this." Your rep just needs an excuse. They weren't gonna do it. But make sure you're ordering. I really call it ego or call it responsibility. But I really Monday morning when we upload all these orders to the food system, I want them to be like, "Whoa, look at all of that." And I want to stand there like the old Superman ad when the wind is blowing, I'm standing there like that. And this thing, you know what I mean? I'm standing there like, oh, right? So I'm bringing the bait on my own. So without further ado, I'm bragging about this guy, talking about him. I love him dearly. He takes this business serious. He takes you serious. Some of y'all realize that the guy actually tore up. I do. So your income earner, my
Because being a visionary, I respect and can admire another visionary. You know, because his vision is so great and so big and rooted from his heart and passion and love for people that it's a movement worthy to be a part of. So I'm thankful. And I believe that I'm blessed and fortunate to be in this position to be able to be a part of something as huge as this. So that's why I take it serious, because I recognize how important and how big this is. So when I hear people talk about just another one of those things, no, because it's not ran and originated from Paul Jones. And that's because I understand his passion in his heart. Because to be able to be behind the scenes, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, behind his heart. So when somebody comes to you with that clear faith, you never experienced anything like this.
Amen.
So don't tell me based upon what you think. I'm going to tell you based upon what I know.
That's right.
And that's where I come from when I speak to people, from a position of strength and belief. See, I don't want to go based upon other people's opinions or what they think is real. I want to go and live my life based upon what I know and what I believe to be true. And so that's what we really teach on, to believe in your heart. Because no matter what it is that you do in life, it has to come from your heart. You have to have a heart connection to it. You have to believe in your heart that it's real. Because then you'll have the commitment. You'll have the conviction when you speak to people. Met with a young lady the other day with Brother Wallace, and she wanted to tell me, her normal responses. And I had to stop her conversation. Like, no, let's change the words that we use. It's not about I think I can. I want to your heart. Guess what? Things to no. What's going to happen? See, I come from a spiritual point of view. See, I believe that God has already done his part. And it's up to me to do my part. So therefore, I'm in line with him. Mm-hmm. And his word says that he created me with a good end in mind. So I'm in line with that word. So therefore, I speak into existence because I know that I'm made in the likeness and the image of him. Right? Mm-hmm. And his word said he spoke the world into existence, right? So therefore, I speak my life, my reality into existence. Now, in doing so, guess what? Life happens. As Brother Paulie said, there's an adversary out there, right? That's also listening to your faith confessions. So then you get those superficial religious folks that may make a faith confession, but then when the wind begins to blow, mm-hmm. and turmoil begins to happen, mm-hmm. then all of a sudden they get scared.
Mm-hmm. Teach.
Well, maybe this ain't God. Right. Because if it was God, then everything will fall right in line. I never saw therefore, it tells me that trials and troubles because we have the hope of glory, because we have faith, because we have a heavenly Father that we believe in, that he's able to bring us out of them all. That's the promise. So therefore, apply it to your business. So you're going to have down days. You're going to have rough times. Because when you're working to create a lifestyle as a millionaire, and your heart is right, we have an organization, a company full of millionaires. Think about the power in that. Think about how many lives that we can impact, or how many lives are going to be impacted in building the $1 million income. How much power are you going to have to be able to be greater blessings to your churches? Start your own ministries. Empower your family members. Being able to be a blessing to strangers. The enemy doesn't want that to happen because you're talking about such a great testimony that there's going to be more people that may be on the fringe of their faith and their belief. And then when we're saying, you know what, I'm a part of this conference, they give Now they started getting fed the world. Those passions, they walking around here like they're part of the matrix and just plugged into the system and not happy with life. So anything that I talk about, I just share with you. My belief is rooted in the Word of God, and so my life is a testimony to that. Because I've always had this tunnel vision since I was a shorty. I always, had big goals and dreams about money. I'm telling you, ever since I was a little kid,
That's right.
that was just ingrained in me. And I never was afraid to take a chance to step out on faith. Now, earlier in my life, I didn't recognize what it was. I didn't know what it was. I knew that there was some type of guiding force on the inside of me, but I didn't know what it was. But now I give honor where honor is due, and I call it, and I name it, and I give the credit and honor to God. And I look at God in everything that I do. See, that's where my faith increases, because I don't just, chalk something up to happen chance. I said, look at God. I give him the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Start now. Then you learn how to pull up on stuff, and then you have to stabilize yourself, and then you begin to walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how our faith is. We start out with mustard seed faith. But then we have to, conquer these small things in our life before that we can have the faith to believe for supernatural healing or supernatural financial increase or, faith to believe for, blessings and breakthroughs. So you just don't go from, mustard seed faith to great faith without going through the process. So no matter what we do in life, we have to go through a process to get to a much more mature level. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Just like in business. I didn't come out the gate learning how to run a multi-million-dollar business. I had to learn how to run a, snow removal, grass cutting business. Back in the college days, they called me the donut man. Because Saturday and Sunday mornings, I would get up, even after partying, and I have something slick to come. They're all angry. Give me three. That's what I'm talking about. But everybody that knows me knows that I'm about making money, knows that I'm about business, because I've always focused on that. One time I can remember one of my fraternity brothers telling me, man, you'll never fit in corporate America. And at the time, I was kind of offended, right? I'm like, well, what do you see in me that's telling me that you don't see me being able to fit in corporate America? Well, it took me to mature to understand, you're right. I can't fit in corporate America. That's not my forte. That's not my style. But I'm sure my income is far greater than his income, and he's in corporate America. Okay? So take stuff from people, and just don't take it to heart like they can control your future. Just like when you're inviting people, don't allow people to dictate your success in this business, regardless, because you have to think like business owners, period. So most of what our job is as leaders, not just sees if you the faith, you know, the type of service. Because it's really about self. Because that's what people buy. That's what they're buying. When you go to them and you're talking to them, they're buying you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't represent your product or service properly, they're not going to buy. So when you're going to talk to somebody, like I was telling Brother Wallace, you need to have your own stories.
Yep.
You need to have a story that you are sharing with somebody. I don't care what your background is in, whether it's in education, whether it's in factory work, whether it's in, you know, whatever it is. Your story is, this is what I've done. These are the things that I've tried. But I've never come across an opportunity like this that's so powerful. You owe it to yourself to take a serious look at this. Because people don't want to feel as though they're being sold something. But when you tell them that it's to their benefit, rather than you trying to approach somebody and they feeling like you're trying to sell them on something as though that's what they're thinking in their minds. But now those aren't necessarily the words that come out of your mouth, but that has to be your posture. That has to be your inner conversation so that when you're speaking to them, they're feeling the confidence, they're feeling the belief in whatever it is that you're doing. And I've said this over and over again. That is what's going to move them towards action. Okay? So, Matthew, because I always got to go to my source. 14. Now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It's a ghost." And they cried out of fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer. This is I. It is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water."
Mm-hmm.
See, I love this story for many different reasons. And so he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. See, a lot of times people say, well, literary ticket, you know, I got a ticket and the color me, this ain't going to work. It's cost me more than I'm actually making. That's what 95% of the population would have said. But see, he don't think and subscribe to that mindset. So he saw himself being able to walk on water. See, it's just not because Jesus walked on water, but Peter also walked on water. See, I believe that I have the faith to walk on water. But the water represents the circumstances of life. Do you walk above your circumstances? Do you walk above the situations that come to, you know, overpower you? Where is your faith and your belief at? See, it was the faith that he believed that when Jesus gave him the instruction to come, that he was going to be able to walk on water and not in his demise. So where's your faith at? Do you allow the wind and the circumstances of life to overtake you? Are you going to allow other people's lack of vision to overshadow your vision? See, what I'm talking about is not all is nothing but even if you don't see it from that point of view, what I want you to understand is a vehicle. Only thing I say is that it's a vehicle that's designed to get you there much faster. See, in all of my experiences of working different businesses, I've never come across an opportunity as big as this that has such a low upfront cost to be a part of it. Nor have I been a part of any type of business system that actually was designed with the rep or the individual more in mind than the company. Nor have I been involved in a company or business opportunity where you have, experienced leadership that truly has a heart and makes a connection with people. See, just hearing some of the stories, Brother Paul is not in the same place he used to be. See, he real cut and dry. He real cut and dry. But he's learned to be more tolerant over the years. That's why he always asks God for more patience. So he really takes more time to try to develop leaders. Okay? Before he do that. So multi-million-dollar business. He was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out saying, Lord, save me. See, that's key because when we start to read the story, and he asked Jesus to, if it's you, Lord, call me out. So Jesus said, come, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when he came and acted on that first order of come, he was walking on the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden, he took his sights and focus off of Jesus. And what does it say here? When he saw that the wind. So now, if he was just watching Jesus, he don't see the wind blowing. Right. But now he just took his sights and focus off of the source and started looking at things around him. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden he noticed, oh, look at this wind. Then fear set in.
Mm-hmm.
How many times I come across people, that say they want to make some money, but then they're talking about all of their bills and what they got going on in their lives. And I'm sitting like, you know what? We have a way to actually solve that problem if you make that solve a lot of those problems. Because I'm sure, they got so many other things going on, their income just isn't enough, right? So if you added another $65,000, which is more than twice what they're already making, now that would solve their problems, right? So do you see how you come across so many people that look at the wind? Their focus is on the wind. They're not really hearing you. But you have to speak to them, and they have to feel that connection with your heart and your conviction and your belief in this business, so that it begins to drown out the wind. It begins to drown out the circumstances in their life that now they're stepping out on your instructions. To mention again in terms of the meeting I had with Brother Wallace, like I said, she was giving me the normal responses, right? I said, no. I just stopped her. I said, no. I want you to make a faith confession that you're not going to try, but you're going to go get your 3 people.
Right.
Because how difficult really is that? You've gone talk to 20 people. Listen to you. So if you haven't really gotten the business in your heart, and when you're talking to people, there's no connection. That's not going to move them to action. They're still hearing all of these other conversations going on in their mind. See, when we say that you have to become the leader that you want to attract, you have to become the success story in your business. You have to become what it is that you want. And the only way that that happens is in your heart. See, as a shorty, I didn't see me living, well, no, I saw me living the lifestyle I'm living, but I didn't see how it's going to come. But I had a belief. I had a belief in my heart that I was meant to be wealthy. And I didn't care how I got it. I knew that I was designed to live a prosperous life.
That's right.
But I didn't know how it was going to come. But that seed, that conviction in my heart is what was the driving force throughout my life. So therefore, when I found myself in situations that wasn't like the reality that I wanted, I would always get up and change. I would do something different. But all you have to have creative. Life, but you're not satisfied with that. And just to give you a confirmation of that, you're sitting here today. If you were satisfied and comfortable where you are in life, you wouldn't be looking for something to add more to your life because you would be satisfied. True?
It's true.
So therefore, the enemy tries to distract us, to get us to focus on other things that really doesn't add anything or any value to our lives. So what you have to begin to do is discern when those things are coming. So you're here, a part of this company, for the purpose and the reason of becoming wealthy. So therefore, don't begin to toil back and forth with the idea whether or not it works. Have the conviction in your heart that this is it. This is sink or swim.
That's right.
This is live or die. In your heart. And when you speak to people, like, what is it? Have a different conversation. Pat is serious about this business. No, she done talked to me before, but something different in her conversation, something different in her posture. Then that begins to make a connection where they have to pay attention to what's coming out your mouth now. Well, if Pat's excited about this, then maybe I really do need to take a look at it. So he cried out, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?" Because you had some people that told you they were going to come to the meeting and they didn't show up, you began to look at the wind, you began to sink. But Jesus said, why did you doubt?
Yeah, really.
Don't doubt the system. The system works. Just, you have to take a step back and then evaluate yourself. What am I doing? What am I saying? What am I not doing? What am I not saying? That I'm not getting the results that I want. I had to do it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't have no experience in this industry when I got started. I don't have to pay somebody and they didn't do the work to my ways. but then I had to go back and do the work all over again. You know, because I really don't like confrontation, right? You know, I'm just like, okay, if I'm gonna pay you, I expect you to do the job, you know, satisfactory, and I'm gonna keep moving. But if I have to supervise, if I have to, you know, do it all over again, then that's counterproductive for me. So I really didn't like dealing with people. You know, I'm pretty isolated, right? But this is a different industry. This is the people industry. So I couldn't have that spirit and that mindset to be successful in this business. So I had to reinvent myself. I had to learn how to get along with people. I had to learn how to communicate. You know, that's where, you know, humbling yourself to receive information from people, you know, benefits you. Because if I had thought, well, I'm already succeeding, but now I love y'all. No? And I want the best lifestyles for y'all. Not for my benefit, but so that you can reach your potential. See, like I said, I wasn't born to be an athlete or a rapper or a singer, you know, performer, but I know I have gifts and talents on how to create money. And it's all rooted in my heart and my desire to be successful in life. And so God has given me that gift, and I want to share it with as many people that want to receive it. You know, so don't take for granted or lightly what it is that we do here. This is huge. And so I want your mindset and your attitude and your confidence to be along that level.
Right.
And say, you know what? Don't tell me about, you know, those other things. This is something you ain't never experienced in your life. So therefore, have the passion and conviction when you speak to people. And like I told Brother Wallace, take it back. Like Brother Paulie said, they need us more than we need them. Person like you have to chase after them. And what I mean by not going to waste time. If they give you, you know, well, you know what? I want to make sure you're going to come. You know, because I don't want to waste your time nor mine. Okay? And then when you do that, when you take something back from somebody, they don't like that. As a child, if you had a toy or something, somebody came and took it, you didn't like that, did you? So then when you take it back, then if their response is, okay, well, you know, I didn't think I was going to have time to come anyway, they weren't going to come. But at least you're in control. So then you don't have the frustration of sitting there waiting for somebody that ain't going to show up anyways.
Right.
But if they respond, say, no, I'm going to come. Then that even deepens their commitment to come. Okay? John 14:12. Most assuredly I say to you, he who believes in me, the work that I do, he will do also, and greater work than these he will do, because I go to my Father. When you have the faith and the belief within yourself, you're capable of doing greater than our greater is done. It's going to take that faith. You know, the word also talks about doubting Thomas. You know, Prince, right? But he said, great is he who has not seen, but yet believes. So you don't see the Cadillac for yourself right now because you're not driving it. But before I got it, I still believed that I could get it. So there had to be a first. But it's supposed to be a first of many. But the scripture is talking about...
Can I say something? William's now officially the first to buy the food. He sat over there and ordered all kind of food. So I'm getting like, how did William order all this food? Go ahead, brother.
Wow.
He getting right
$900 worth of food. We're going to eat good this summer, y'all. We're going to eat real good. See, I'm not just ordering all that food for me. I can't eat all that. See, I'm thinking about y'all. You know, I showed y'all the pool Tuesday. We're going to have pool parties out there. We're going to be having a great time this summer. But I want us to have a great time while making great money, not just socialize. Okay? You know, I told you, and all that. Okay, I'm gonna do now. There's more money, but my heart is, and my understanding is, as I make my millions, I gotta help some other folks make millions too. Okay, and I want y'all to be all right with that.
I'm all right with
See,
that.
I ain't making no, profession like, I just want y'all to help me make some money because I need some money. No, I'm saying, you know what? I need some money.
I need some.
I need some.
And I need y'all to get some money.
Come on, I'm money.
And I don't want just no little money.
Money
And I don't do anything little or small.
Ain't nothing
That's why they call me Big Willie style. So I want y'all to make big money. But what I need y'all to be is in agreement with what I'm saying.
You agree?
I need our hearts to be connected. Because the word also says when the people speak the same language, there's nothing impossible for those people to accomplish.
That's right. That's right.
So therefore, I need y'all to rise above wherever you function at in life. See, I need y'all to rise to a higher level of understanding. I need y'all to rise to, because right now, we have to be willing to go to the next level. That's what I'm talking about. That next style. Whatever you know right now has gotten to this level. So in order to go to another level, you got to get some new information, some new instruction.
Right.
So therefore, you're at the right place at the right point in time in your life. You just need to receive it. Then you need to act on the information.
Amen.
So I believe Peter walked on water. I believe we was created to do great things. That's why I'm a big advocate of responsibility. See, I don't ever take that and use an excuse, well, maybe that wasn't God. I know it's nothing but a cop-out. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because I know that God has given me everything I need in order to live the life that I was created to live. When He created us, He encoded the DNA in us. Desire. See, I don't put, for a jet and a family ability, reality. In my spirit, in my heart, then I'm expanding. I didn't have the ability to make that happen. Now, with a vision, a God-birthed vision, He births the vision in you, but as we see in one of the quotes, the only way that it becomes a reality is through the cooperation of others. Why? Because the vision that He birthed in my spirit is so big that I can't do it by myself. That's not a God-given vision. See, you don't need great faith to believe to pay a bill when you got the money in the bank.
That's right.
But if you don't have the money in the bank and you're believing for something, then yes, it's going to require faith, but it also going to require work. Only thing I'm saying is that what I'm believing for is greater than what I have in my bank, and therefore it's going to require the cooperation of other people to bring it about. Okay? And in the process, that's why it's God-given, other people get blessed. That's why it requires other people's help. Because while they're visions of being able to be blessed. Now you see how that's why you can't. And I come across people who must make no money. Well, you know what? You're not going to. Period. Because it's not going to work.
If I'm making money, I want somebody else to make that money too.
Nor the people that say, well, how much money you making? Why be concerned with what somebody else is making?
That's true.
I'll tell you a little trick or a little little clue. That's nothing but distraction. Okay? Because what is true for somebody else doesn't have to be true for you. You're looking for your own truth. Because then it's not genuine.
Right.
You know, my desire is not to have a phantom. So therefore, I don't want to say that I want a phantom, but I can celebrate and enjoy the vision of my brother,
Right.
and then say, hey, you know what? I got my own dream car. So let's work together so we both can enjoy our dream car. Okay? So I also believe that we can complete the system in 8 weeks.
Yes.
So I want y'all to repeat after me. I believe.
I believe.
In 8 weeks.
And I believe.
We can system in 8 weeks. In your heart.
Yes.
Did you feel it in your heart? You got to feel it. 3 people. This
That's right. That might bring already.
I believe that we can get 3 people this week.
I believe
I believe
that we can
that we can
get 3 people
get 3 people
next month.
Next
This week.
this week.
That was a test.
Oh.
I believe
I believe
that we can
we can
get 3 people
get 3 people
maybe,
This week.
Now, this week. Today.
possibly.
Today.
No, this week.
This week.
Okay, that's our faith confession. This week. Now, with that, you can't look at the wind.
Right.
Right.
You can't look at the waves.
So let's focus on Christ.
3 people.
This week.
Period. But the key is once you make that confession and you made up your mind and in your heart that you're going to do it, you won't settle for nothing less.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
I don't care what 3 people may say, but you're looking for the 3 people who's going to say the right thing. So you may have to talk to 3, 10, 15. You have to do in order to know that if after you talk to 10, 15, 20 people and you didn't get but once you had that conviction and you tell 3 people this is what you want to do, now it takes on a different posture, different meaning with them. You're not asking 3 people, you're telling 3 people. You're telling 3 people.
That's right.
This is what you're going to do. Did you see at the meeting Tuesday? I told those 3 people what they was going to do.
Yep, sure did.
I didn't ask them. I told them what they was going to do. When I met with Wallace people, I told them what they was going to do. You know what they responded with? I'm going to get my 3 people. And you know what they also said? Because they felt it, I'm going to make a commitment to come to the Tuesday meetings and the Saturdays trainings. Now, prior to that, they weren't even thinking about coming to no meetings or no trainings. Am I right or right?
Right.
After that, they was like, I'm coming. I'm doing this. Because that conviction and that passion, I don't accept mediocrity. I can't eat it. I can't enjoy it at the bank. So therefore, I'm talking about results. See, when you get results, you can enjoy your results. You can enjoy the, take that posture when you're talking to people. So you're not asking on my you can better your life and your family's lives. Do whatever. Beyond that, that's on you, but I got to keep it moving. I'm looking for 3 people that's ready to pull the trigger right now. You want to live your lifestyle right now, don't you? So what is there to think about? Ain't nothing to think about. You said you want to make some money, right? Well, I got a way to show you how to make some money and to make some big money in a short period of time. See, this plan is not designed for no 2-3 year plan. This plan is designed to create wealth in a short period of time. Now, what complicates it is people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. that slows this process up is people. Now, another little clue, if it's people to slow the process up, then you have to increase the number of people you talk to. Because we know there's enough people here in the Twin Cities that want to make some serious money. I mean, we see those other meetings growing. So we have to change our posture. We have to upgrade our mindset. We have to upgrade our expectations. See, I expect to be successful. No, expect it. Why do I expect it? Because so I expect it. And any less than that, less than we not stop. That means I gotta focus hard. I gotta make some adjustment because I'm not going to compromise on my goals and my dreams. I'm not going to dumb down the things that I desire out of life because of my present situation. I've shared it because I'd like to share my personal testimony with people because I want y'all to understand that I'm just not standing here because my name is William Lockett. He's not standing here because his name is Paul Jones. We made certain decisions out of life, and as a result of that, now we live the lifestyle that we live. See, but it didn't come at, without sacrifice and without pain.
That's right.
I had to go through 2 foreclosures within the last 3 years. But now I live in a $1 million home. Did I allow those foreclosures to define me, to stop me? See, through those foreclosures, my faith increased. I released my faith confession. I confessed it what I was going to have. So therefore, as a result of my faith and my confession, God honored that. Wow. Temporally, don't make that mistake. Don't believe the lie of the enemy.
That's right.
That's a lie from the pit of hell. I'm tired. Why? Because my needs according to his riches and glory. So why should I dumb down or minimize my goals and my dreams when I know I serve a infinite God? So I believe we will create millionaires. And I believe you are here to change your life and the lives of others. See, that's the key. You have to become passionate about helping other people. There's some people that are looking for you. And you have to go through as many people to find those that are looking for you while you're looking for them. Because we see every Tuesday, there's people out there looking for opportunities to change their lives. But if somebody else that is screaming $500, $800 to $1,200 to get in is louder than you say, hey, I got a better way. It only costs you $150 plus another $100 an order, $250. Who they following? The one just got to get louder. We got, Brother Paul is always texting me. I just, handling their business. But because they're passionate about it.
Yes, they are.
They believe it. So we have to increase our belief.
I tell them I own a company, and they still keep talking to me. I'm like, wow.
Now, what do you believe? Do you believe that you will become a millionaire?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I believe.
Do you believe that you will become a millionaire?
Yes.
I believe.
Do you believe that you was created to be a millionaire?
Yes. I believe.
You believe, my brother? Yes, sir. You sure? Because I believe it. And until you actually believe something, you're not going to achieve it. And I ain't just saying, you just respond because I'm asking you to respond. I want you to be honest. I want you to feel it in your heart that in every fiber of your being that you was created to be wealthy. Because if you don't truly believe that, you won't become that. I mean, do you realize that God uses the least of them to do the greatest things? That He'll take something written off as a nobody to put them on a. Doesn't the word say? No, He wants to put you on the mountain. So why allow people or circumstances to dim your light? If you don't believe it within yourself, they ain't gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
And whether they believe it or not is irrelevant. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. And guess what? It becomes contagious. See, I've always confessed that I was wealthy. I've always believed and spoke and never, even when I didn't have it, I still was riding around in the neighborhood looking at it. I still would go to the car lots and drive them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I wasn't looking at right now. I was going based upon my belief in my heart. Then guess what? It begins to become your guiding force in your life and directs your path. Then all of a sudden God begins to send the pieces that you need in order to put the picture together. But if it doesn't begin in your heart with the belief that you was created for, then why send it? Because you won't recognize it when it comes. I got this video I want to play because, as Brother Paulie says, sometimes somebody else say, believe in the partner that just passed away. Tell him something. And then somebody of a different persuasion would say the exact same thing. All of a sudden, he comes back to me with the same conversation. I'm like, man, get out of here. I told you that years ago. I'd be like, okay, Mr. White Man.
This evening, I am going to talk to you about a power for good in the universe, greater than you are, greater than I am, greater than all of us. A power for good that we can use in everyday life, for everything. When the greatest teacher who ever lived said, "It is done unto you as you believe," what do you suppose he was talking about? This mastermind was talking about a spiritual power in the universe. Something so deep and feet closer to us. As the old Talmud said, power is not something we have to go. It is something that is right nearer than our very breath. How then do we use a power that is so intimate? Certainly we should have to use it in an intimate way. And we would certainly have to believe that the power exists, is for us, not against us. It is willing and not reluctant. We should actually have to believe that it really is done unto us as we believe. Then we would have to believe. What is belief? Anyway, these are the things I want to discuss with you tonight. How it is that we could use this power for good, greater than we are, wonderful, the thing the whole world wants more than anything else in the world, the thing that you and I have for the taking, for the asking, for the using, power that responds to us according to our conviction in it. Power that is used in our own mind, in our own thinking, right where we are. How intimate and how wonderful it is that we're going to learn. First of all, just what is. I'm going to to get right down and use it in our everyday life. First of all, the power that is bigger than you are and greater than I am is, of course, a spiritual power. Just what do we mean by a spiritual power? We mean something that is invisible, of course. We don't see it. We don't touch it. We don't taste it. We don't handle it. We don't weigh it. We don't measure it. But we do feel it. Just as you feel beauty, just as you feel love, just as you feel anything in life. This power, greater than we are, is a power for good. It responds to us if we have faith and confidence in it. Now, for all the ages, people, of course, have prayed and their prayers have been answered. They have prayed with faith. It doesn't make any difference. The power has responded to everyone in the way he has used it. Very directly, it is done unto you as this saying of Jesus, that it is done unto you as you believe. And suppose in doing that, that we pause after this little word as. It seems like such an insignificant word, but it's the key to the teaching of this great master. First of all, he said, it is done by a power greater than you are. It is done unto you by this power. You don't do it. Who has the power to create life? You and I did not make life. We did not create it. We did not think of ourselves. We awoke to the fact that we lived. And we looked about and wondered, what in the world is it all about? Why am I here? Is there anything in the universe greater to come to my to bring peace to my mind if I am disquiet? In the universe, is it good and cannot? Jesus said, it is done unto you. There is a power that operates for you. And how does it operate? It operates as you believe. Now suppose we try to analyze just what do we mean by belief. It's a peculiar thing, but it's very important. We do not believe a thing just because we affirm it. I might say I believe there is an elephant here, but there isn't any elephant. I might say there is thunder and lightning here, but I know there isn't. Belief is something that our own mind does not doubt. It is something that we ourselves inwardly do not deny. You can tell right off if you believe what you're saying. Shakespeare calls one of his characters my thoughts. Without thoughts cannot. So you have to do greater than I am, or we believe it. Some mysterious thing which we call gravitational force, holding you and I in place right now where you sit in your home. I'm standing here by this podium. I do not wonder whether or not this power is going to hold me in place. I walk a little to the right or the left. I change my position. Always I am certain there is a power greater than I am, holding putting in place physically. Now all I have to do is just to transpose this and say, there's another kind of a power. It is greater than I am. It responds to my belief, my faith, my confidence in it. And as soon as I establish this, then I must be certain that I actually believe. Now probably this is the key to the game. The prayer of faith, of conviction. He said, believe that you already. You know, Jesus didn't say, God of his power will be displeased if you ask for a loaf of bread. And as a matter of fact, he fed the multitude. He did not say God of his power doesn't wish you to have any enjoyment in life. He spoke of a joy which would complete ours. He said, it is done unto you, but as you believe. Therefore, he said, when you pray, believe that you have. Just believe that you have. Is it so hard to believe that we have? We believe that tomorrow will come. We believe that the sun will rise in the morning and set at night. We believe that the ocean and the tide will be there, and the moon. We believe the grass will grow. We believe that. And who is things happen? United intelligence of the kind living. Everybody put together does not know how it is that a hen can lay an egg. Nor does it know how it is that a chicken can come out of an egg. Isn't that amazing? All we know is we set the hen, and the chicken does come out of the egg. This is the mystery of life. This is the mystery of faith, the power greater than we are. Jesus did not say, what is your particular religion? Spoke to every man in his own language. Just believe, and it will be done unto you. It seems too good to be true, doesn't it? And you and I will never know until we try it, as we're going to at the end of this short discourse. We're actually going to use this power, you and I, for a definite purpose. I'm going to use it. But let us be sure that we sun when it rises in the morning, that the world that you and I do not know how it is we can eat ham sandwiches, drink milk, tea or coffee, and have it turn into flesh, bone and cinnamon, blood and marrow. Everywhere we look, we are watching the mystery of life, the riddle of life. Someone has said, and I think rightly, that the riddle of life is understood only by him who knows that God is good, who makes a ladder of his faith and climbs from sense to soul, finds no line between mere human goodness and divine, but judging God by what in man is best, with a child's trust, leans on a father's breast It isn't so hard to believe. We just have easy. You know, if the world is well placed by some power and not actually there, and I'm going to try it. And then when we stop to analyze what is belief, what is faith, it's very simple. This is one of the great hurdles, however. People say, well, I just haven't got that kind of faith, merely because they think they're talking about something that's impossible. We're only talking about that which is completely possible, which is completely simple and direct, and something which you, in the secret place of your own mind, sitting there alone, you know it as well as I do, we all believe. We just haven't quite thought practicing our belief until something really happens. And then we have learned that while something in us rises and says no, the belief isn't complete, and what do we do then? We just affirm that belief. You know, quality repetition of thought will really take, even though that means that right now, my words may fly upward and my thoughts remain below. I am still going to train myself. I know that this can happen. I know that there is a power greater than I am. There is nothing in me any longer that's going to contradict it. And quietly, sort of easily and gently, and I think flexibly, you know, did you ever stop to think you live with yourself most of the time? No matter how many there are whom you love, it is yourself that you live with all the time. Mm-hmm. It is yourself you're going to have to learn to be a good friend to. There is one who is a friend to all of us. And let us not say, am I good enough to use this power? Why, of course we are. The rain falls on us, doesn't it? And the sun shines for us, and the wind blows for us. There is no God who denies anyone anything that is good and right. So using the faith we have, we sort of to happen. It would be if it were only a game we were playing. How wonderful to believe perhaps we had thought was a wishful dream, something that couldn't quite be true. Out of all of this, we have longed for, and we have yearned for, and we have wanted, is already met in some divine intelligence that knows the beginning from the end, just waiting for our cooperation. So we will be trying the most fascinating experiment we have ever had in our lives. That dream, is it difficult for an infinite power? That hope, is it too much to ask for? That yearning and that longing, do not we have a right to expect that whatever the intelligence is and the power that put us here certainly knows how to take care of us? Perhaps we just haven't believed. Now we're going to practice believing. We're going to say to ourselves, yes, there is a power. We can use it. We will use it.
And then it begins to create a snowball effect. That same belief, you'll pass on to the next level. That will pass it on to the next level. That will pass it on to the next level. You know, that's why you got to communicate with your people. Mm-hmm. No, we're doing this in 8 weeks. If you're talking anything else other than give you 3 this week and complete the system in 8 weeks, see me at the end of 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we're focusing on. Now I need you to believe it in your heart and then go out and do the work, because we can do this. We can make this a reality. And when we have that passion, we have that belief, we become unstoppable. Because then we're out talking in multiples. It's not just 1 or 2 people talking. Now all of a sudden it creates a buzz. It creates momentum. Now all of a sudden our meetings become the biggest meetings in the hotel.
That's right.
Other organizations begin to pay attention. Other people begin to pay attention. All of a sudden we're balling out of control because it's just so much energy, so much belief, so much action taking place that then it just begins to take on a whole life by itself.
That's right.
But what's going to initiate it? It's our belief and then our work actions, the actions that we take. So I need y'all to connect. The company's already done this part.
Mm-hmm.
The company's already put us in a position to become millionaires.
Right.
Now, we just need I'm all, okay? I can go and enjoy the life. The hard is to help us to live the lifestyle that you desire. So this is not something, the company, tells me to say to y'all. This is something that I believe. This is something that I know for myself. I'm saying I'm thankful to be in this position to be a part of this company, because I see behind the curtain how real this company is about people, how real this compensation plan is. So again, if you're not where you want to be in life, you're at the right place at the right time. So if we're going to believe something, right,
Right.
then why not believe that you can be wealthy?
That's right.
Why not believe that you can go get your 3 people? Because by believing that you can be wealthy, taking the steps to get your 3 people, now create the reality that you want to change. So again, if you have to believe something, why not believe for the best for yourselves?
Right.
As our pastor always says, you're going to live by your doubts or live by your beliefs or the consequences of your doubts. Because we believe something. Why not believe that our lives can change? Why not believe change the life? We can't get the people. Reject that belief to us.